go.
Welcome to Fun Fresh Footy with Pete and Ash.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Fun Fresh Footy studio. That's where the podcast with terrible tips and great yarns happen. How are ya?
I'm good. I'm so tired this morning, but I'm all right. We're here early.
If you haven't guessed, we are here early. We've clocked an early shift in the recording studio because... Wait, did you have training last night?
Yes, I went to training last night.
So schedules are a bit all over the place. But anyway, we're back. Welcome back to another episode. It's great to have you. I don't know. It is early, so my brain's just starting. Big weekends were had by both of us, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
By the tired state still on a Thursday, which we will get to, but yeah, maybe we will get to it right now. God, I felt like really prepared when I come in here, but now I'm flopping all over the place. What are you up to, Peter? You're working this morning. You're training for football. How are you feeling?
Tired. I think my tiredness is partly from just staying up too late last night watching a show. But
What were you watching?
we're watching Blacklist, and then we got to this point where we're like, oh, it was just like a real cliffhanger, and we were like, we really should turn it off. And then I'm like, oh, but I also want to know what happens.
Did you stay up and watch?
Yeah, we stayed up and watched, but then I fell asleep during that episode. Anyway, at the end of it, I was just like,
Out of 10, what do you rate Blacklist?
oh, it's pretty good. I reckon 8 or 9.
8 or 9?
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Is it Netflix?
Yep.
There you go, guys. That's your Netflix recommendation for the week. I don't want to start watching Blacklist because it's the 18th of August. I'm guessing it's is it 1 season, 2 seasons?
Oh, 8 or 9.
Okay, I don't have time for that because House of Dragon starts on the 22nd of August, which is the Game of Thrones prequel, and I have mentally prepared to...
Is that one where they're releasing it all at once, or do you have to wait week by week though?
Oh God, I actually don't know.
Because week by week's a pain in the ass.
It is a pain in the ass, and I hadn't thought about that. I hope not.
I am one of those people, if it's on Netflix and I can watch it all at once, I will watch it. But once it starts coming out week by week, I lose interest because I'm just what even happened last week?
Well, that happened with Animal Kingdom, the newest season. They did week by week. But,
yeah, I stopped watching then.
But I forgot when it started. So the first 4 episodes were out and I was like, oh, good. Binge that in a day. Waited for the next one to come out. And then, I've actually forgotten to...
I even find sometimes when it's you watch a whole season or you watch a couple seasons because you find a show you like and then it finishes. And even when they release a whole season but a year later, I'm I forget what happened. I don't know. I'm leaving it.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen with Emily in Paris because I'm really looking forward to that coming back out. And I know that they've... so I've watched season 1 and 2. They've signed to do 3 and 4.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know when they're coming out. But I hope I don't lose interest. And Netflix, if you are listening, or Binge, or whatever your streaming service is, be better. Don't do the week by week.
Yeah.
If you want to keep attentions attentioned, don't do that.
Yeah, don't. I honestly will just tune straight out.
So you stayed up late. What's late for you?
Oh, 11:30.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Oh, yuck.
Yeah.
I put myself to bed at about 8:30 last night.
Well, I got into bed at 8:30.
Yeah.
After I got home from footy training and whatever, but then put a little show on, get a bit carried away.
I got a bit carried away with the TikTok, but that was only till about 9:15. But I was saying to Peter, I don't know, I just had the most scat sleep last night. I felt like I wasn't asleep, but I was having these hectic nightmares. Woke up at midnight and I was like, what? Went back to sleep, felt the exact same, had another weird dream, and then it was 5:30 and I'm like, you know what? Seize the morning, win the day. Live, love, love.
I've been having those this week where I just don't feel like I slept at all the night. And obviously I did,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it doesn't
obviously.
feel like it.
No, it doesn't. And why is our sleep doing that to us? I didn't even drink last night, so I'm like, what's going on? Maybe that's why I had weird dreams. But yeah, what has been happening in the world of Captain Magic? You've got lots to report on, I'm guessing.
Yes. Well, we recorded last Thursday. Nothing really happened after that during the week. But then Saturday, obviously, we had our semi-final against Sydney Uni, down at Sydney Uni.
Yep.
5:30 game.
Can I say something? When I was planning to come, I was sitting at a pub with your instructions that you'd given me for the field, and Google Maps would not come up with anything.
Oh, it's very hard, eh?
But I feel like that's where I did come and watch you guys play a game there.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what I did yesterday, let alone how to navigate there.
Yeah, no, look, it was hard to find, and I felt like the names they gave out didn't reflect where we had to go. Like, I was just lucky I was on a bus.
Oh, thank God.
But anyway, I had a nice sandwich before that from Chiefly West, but we took on the bus, which was quite nice.
Well, talk us through the sandwich. Don't skip around the sandwich.
It was like a buffalo cauliflower one, which you know I like.
Look, I liked the buffalo cauliflower.
Yeah.
You made me try that.
It had a bit of Swiss cheese, some caramelised onion, yada, yada, yada.
Wait, where was this sandwich?
Chiefly West.
Where is that?
It's literally in the most ridiculous spot, but we recommended it. And it was nice, but like it's like at the Newcastle interchange, but there's like nowhere to park there. It's ridiculous. Like it
needs to be a drive-through.
Yeah, and it almost looks like it's a drive-through, but it's absolutely just for like buses that are meant to come through there. Anyway, had a lovely sandwich. Went down to Sydney Uni, blah, 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 warmed up, played the game. We fucking lost.
Ugh.
But it was a good effort. Like, I reckon in the first half, we probably attacked for a minute max.
Yeah.
Like, we just defended the whole time. So it was pretty good defence. And then they scored a try eventually. We scored a try. And then we got a penalty goal. Oh, no, we got a penalty goal first. Leading it just before the second half, we got a penalty and we're like, we'll take the points. Then we got a try. So we were up 10-8 because then they'd got a penalty goal as well. We were just like defending for ages and ages, and then they fucking scored another one. And it was so sad.
So what was the final score?
15-10.
At least it was a close game and not a flogging.
Yeah, but sometimes they hurt worse.
Oh, fucking oath.
When it's like so close.
And was Butsy your only try?
Yep.
Now, what Instagram page was that on?
New South Wales Rugby TV.
If anyone's listening, go on and watch that try. It is tremendous.
It's ridiculous, hey?
She's one of our Queens of War Hope, ladies, and the try is spectacular.
Yeah.
She's fucking fast.
Oh my God. She is so quick.
Yeah.
And I just like wish I could do that.
Same. I wish I wasn't fucking
But
slow.
yeah, basically they kick it out of their end. Butsy gets it. Just a little step, running around. Sees a little gap that you wouldn't think's there because we actually had just had a scrum and then they got it out of the scrum, kicked it straight out. So she actually runs back straight at
Towards
where
the
the scrum was. And I'm like, there's not going to be a gap there.
She found it.
She knows. She knew. Fucking shimmied up the sideline.
Do you know what it reminded
straight
me
through
of?
like 4 tackles.
It reminded me of when Tommy Turbo scored that try against like the Cowboys.
And no one could tackle him.
Everyone just fell off him. I was like watching these Sydney Uni like girls just arms out, like flop over. I was like, what is going on?
I know. That was a great try and it was very disappointing to lose, but that's fine. We got on the bus and drowned our sorrows in fucking
So who plays them next week?
Gordon.
Ugh, fuck them.
Yeah. Fucking both.
Well, I hope. Look, I don't like either teams, but I want Snitchy's team to win.
Yeah, you want Snitchy to get a premiership.
Is this her first year with Sydney Uni?
No, but she didn't play in ones last year.
Oh, yep. And didn't it get cancelled last year as well?
Yes.
COVID?
Yep.
The COVID? All right, talk me through the bus. Do you remember much of the bus?
Yeah, look, I only took a couple of drinks because I'm like, no, I'm going to save myself a silly Sunday, which is this coming weekend.
Oh my God, Peter.
But then I just like started having a few drinks and then one of the girls had those like little bottles of fucking spirits. And they're just like, Captain, you got to do it. And I think I did like a tequila one and then later did like a fucking Bacardi dark one.
Oh, and you don't even like tequila.
Oh my God, when they handed it to me, I was like, I have to do this because I'm not a fucking pussy. But I was like,
The mental
literally
demons in
any other spirit would have been better. I hate tequila. Like, I hate it with a passion. And I actually think that's where I came undone. But look, we went to the commie after, a few beers there. Went to the Kent.
A few more beers there.
A few more beers there, boogied, found myself at Hodgie's house.
Yeah,
one of the
but everyone,
Wildfires
I feel
boys.
like everyone was out on Saturday night.
Yeah. Sorry, saw heaps of people out. Like there was a bunch of people that were out for hens that ended up at the Kent. Brooke ended up at the Kent as well.
Brooke was with that crowd, wasn't she?
Oh,
That-
potentially.
yeah.
Yes, probably. I don't know. But anyway, it was nice to see everyone. Everyone was out and about. Then I ended up at Hodgie's house and there with a few of just like the coaching staff of the Wildfires, which is random.
Just running some ideas for the 2023 season.
Yeah, well, I was actually just introducing them all to sock wrestling, which I was shocked they hadn't heard of.
That is bizarre.
But
How did you go in the sock wrestling
oh,
department?
not well. I think I only had one go, and I was like, I'm tapping out. They were pretty like a lot bigger people than me.
And what time of the morning was this all happening?
Look, I got home at maybe 5:30.
Love that.
Penel came and picked up me and Nicola Roach, brought us home. I made myself some noodles, which was like, thank God I did eat those noodles while I did, because Sunday,
Not much food.
none. I couldn't even have a sip of water without 10 minutes later spewing my guts up.
I have a feeling that could potentially have been
The tequila shots,
the little shotties on the bus.
100%
Anytime straight alcohol is
mixed in with things.
like I
Especially like I obviously like it's not, both of those two different spirits, not spirits I was already drinking.
exactly. But I always feel
So-
like if I'm drinking, say, like vodkas, especially if I'm pouring it myself, I always feel so spewy the next day. I could drink 100 beers
Yeah.
and I'll just feel like shit. But like, yeah, the spewiness happens when the straighties come into it.
Yeah, and it was just like, couldn't even, and like I was just trying to because I was so thirsty, so dehydrated, but I like could not hydrate because every time I would do it, it's like more would come out than it went in, and I was like,
You know what you would have needed? You need to go to one of those like IV bars where you just like hook yourself up, lay there, put some tunes on, brown noise, and just.
yeah, I often feel like, do we have one in Newcastle?
I feel like we do. One of the boys at work was telling me, I don't know whether it was porcupines or whatever, but I know they're in Bali,
Yeah,
which isn't helpful, but
yeah.
I'm sure Hannah could hook you up with an IV drip and some
If
fluids.
she had one. I honestly was thinking like I potentially have alcohol poisoning here. I might need to go to the hospital, but I wasn't.
Have you ever had alcohol poisoning?
Well, I don't know. I feel like when you're in that state where you literally can't consume anything, that's
Pretty much it.
borderline alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, well, I probably had it a couple of times.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm like... Anyway, look, it was a fun night. We turn our heads to the silly Sunday weekend. To the
I'm
silly
so
weekend.
excited to watch this unfold.
Obviously on Sunday I was just like, fuck, I have to do this all again next weekend. But as things happen, you get to Thursday and you think, oh no, I could have a beer with the girls.
And you know what? We were like struggling to even speak to each other 13 minutes ago, but now we're ripping and tearing and
yeah, things just happen. You just have to
we're
buck
on the
up.
up.
Just have to buck up, fucking get into it. And
You'll be fine. Once work knocks off tomorrow, you'll
Yeah.
have the little jitters, that
Yeah.
little excitement feeling will be floating around. And
yes. Yep, I'm sure it will.
so what are the plans for the weekend that's coming?
Well, I think we're trying to watch the grand final somewhere tomorrow.
Will that just be on Bar TV?
Yeah, probably on New South Wales Rugby TV.
Yep.
Try and watch that somewhere, have a few drinks, and then just carry on. Maybe go out Saturday.
So you're not playing for Merriweather?
Well, I don't know. I might, because the grand final's at 3:30, and I'm thinking maybe I can just slip away, play, come back for a round when it's finishing,
Yep.
potentially.
Where is Merriweather playing? Home?
Townsend? Yeah,
Yep.
you
yep,
should
yep.
play.
I don't know. I got to work Sunday. Maybe. We'll discuss that at a later time.
We will. But yeah, so I'm thinking maybe I slip away because I'm like, look, at the end of the day, I am going to be doing this all weekend. I can
Exactly.
afford to play a quick
Play
game of footy.
80 minutes of footy.
Not even 60.
You've just added 20 minutes of drinking time.
Yes. But anyway, look,
Where do your shenanigans take place on like Sunday, Monday?
well, we haven't, so Sunday's probably going to be here
Love that.
at the Pent because it's, last time we did it, it was at Lovett's house, at the ranch they call it, but Lovett's away, so the ranch is closed.
Yeah.
So potentially here, I'd say.
Do you know what? When I got here and was setting up, I had a little geese over the back looking over the Pent, one of my favourite places in the world. The backyard looks spectacular.
I know. Hasn't Dave done a great job of it?
Dave came over and borrowed my whippersnipper the other day, and he has worked wonders into that lawn.
Yeah. He knows how to work a whippersnipper.
Better than I do.
Much better than I do. But yeah, so then we'll just carry on here Sunday. Probably the usual pub crawl on a Monday.
Yep. God, I finished work on Monday. Maybe I should pop in and have a cheeky drink with you.
Yeah, do it.
You will probably be scat as by Monday afternoon.
I'll be coming good by then.
Ready for Silly Tuesday. So
No.
how long have you got off work?
Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, yep.
So pub crawl Monday. Rest and recover Tuesday.
IV drips.
IV drips, the works.
IV drips, fucking vomit buckets.
Oh yeah, that's about it. Keen for the weekend. The only other thing is that Annabelle will listen to this, and much to her dismay, I've finally been allowed to have my theme of knee-length boardies and rashies as Silly Sunday theme, which is...
Of course it's Annabelle.
So there was a lot of pushback. And look, I've tried to get this to happen at the Greens one year as well.
I remember that, yeah.
And everyone was like, no.
What did
no.
we have instead?
Look, I can't remember.
I can't remember.
You did sport. Remember?
Oh, yeah. I went in a one piece in the middle of fucking winter.
Yes.
And wore that around the sheds.
However, look, I'm excited for it. The only other thing is Annabelle, I was like, suggested the theme initially. I'm like, all right, I want...
Do you pull
knee-length.
rank because you're captain? Do you get like, you know how everyone puts in a vote for whatever? Do you get like an extra vote or something?
I don't know. I think like, I don't know. But I had a bit of support, which was nice. And to be fair, the main support was coming from Emma, who's the vice captain. So I was like, come on.
I was going to say,
You can't-
captain vice should at least get...
At least we just give us one day where we get to pick the theme. Anyway, I was like, let's do knee-length boardies and rashies. And Annabelle comes back with trying to do some negotiations. And I'm like, that's fair, bit of negotiation.
That's fine, that's normal.
She said, what if we could call it Hot Girl Summer?
Oh my God, and fucking
No.
Annabelle's going to turn up in her cheeky bikinis and...
I was like, that is the furthest thing from knee-length boardies and rashies I've ever heard of.
We want to go for the most unattractive, vulgar look. Annabelle, if you're listening, look, you've been around the rugby traps for a while, and I know that you've done some fantastic outfits, but knee-length boardies and rashies, I'm like considering a sickie now just so I can get amongst it.
That's on the
fantastic.
Monday, so...
I honestly can't have a sickie, but I might pop in and have a drink and see where you are when I finish, if
Yep.
anyone's still alive.
I'll be there.
I know you will be.
I might need some company by then. Anyway,
Oh,
it's all
that's-
very exciting, but like obviously I have to work the next 2 days, so I've got to get through that first. And I've got to go shopping for some outfits.
Have you got the knee-length boardies and rashies?
No.
Oh my God.
I just liked the idea, but I'm thinking maybe Op Shop, Lowe's,
Yeah.
etc.
There's no point going to like Breakaway or whatever and getting like a really nice Hurley pair or whatever.
No.
I don't think they'll see the distance.
No.
And unless you want to wear knee-length boardies in the future. I don't know if Annabelle will let you.
After this weekend, if people see 20 young, good-looking rugby players on a pub crawl in
Imagine
them,
if that's
maybe
the next
it comes
trend.
back.
Bring back knee-length boardies and fucking rashies. I remember my ex and I used to give her older sister so much shit for wearing a rashie in the pool. Mind you, she had 2 small kids and was encouraging them to do it as well.
Yeah.
And we used to give her so much shit for wearing a rashie. But the ozone hole isn't getting any smaller.
No.
And it's getting warmer, and I think we're onto something.
Yeah, I think it's potential. And it's quite influential, seeing a whole group of people in them.
Well, it's not like you're just rocking it by yourself. You're going to be comfortable surrounded by your peers and closest friends.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it. Annabelle, I think you're going to look fantastic. I'm sure Annabelle will make it look fantastic.
This
however
is
she
exactly
does
what
it.
I said to her. I said,
You'll dress it up nice.
you can make the theme look hot on you. Don't make the theme hot. I was like, I have no doubt you'll be able to make this outfit look really hot. I'm not doubting you. But don't change the theme to be hot.
Without bringing it back to me for a second, but I can't ever remember a grand final weekend where I looked hot. And I'm not talking about the outfit that I'm wearing. I'm just talking about the state that I'm in.
Both combined. Like, I've never really worn a hot outfit.
One of the, I think I was playing for Maitland at the time. We had because we were Maitland Blacks, we had an M theme day and a B theme day. So
Yep.
the one at the field, I went as a banana, which was fun. And then the pub crawl day, I went as a minion. There was a couple of us that went as minions. And I bought, being the cheapskate that I am, I bought a kid's minion outfit, but it was so fucking tight. I remember like when I got in the Uber or the cab to go to the pub, I like sat down in the front seat and the collar of it fucking like was full choking me. I had to stand there. I had to get to the pub and ask for scissors to like cut it down the front. I have no idea how I went to the toilet. Actually, I have a fucking wild guess why I didn't go to the toilet all day, but anyway, I love grand final weekends.
Me too. And I love looking shit.
I love looking. There's nothing better than bendering with your mates in a fucking bucket hat, knee-length boardies, and a rashie.
Exactly.
You're being sun smart at least.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope the weather's nice for you.
Oh, my God. Yeah, me too. Because I feel like the Pen,
Is beautiful, drenched in sun.
beautiful, drenched in sun, not the best spot in the rain.
Well, we don't have much undercover, and I don't know if we want many people in our studio.
No, the studio's also just like not very big.
No.
And the lounge room's also not that big. It's just
We
like,
have a lounge bar.
yeah, but it would all not fit a whole team.
No. So, sun gods, please be nice to us this weekend.
Please, let me check that.
Speaking of the weather has been glorious the last couple of days.
Oh my God, I know.
I've been drenching myself in some sun the last couple of days. I love it.
Saturday, sunny, Sunday, potentially raining. God, beauty.
That's all right. If it's overcast, that's fine. We just don't need the heavens to
Just
open
no
up.
rain,
No big
yeah.
wets.
Yeah. No, sorry, drenched in sun, yes. I also drenched myself in a little bit of sun on Monday, was
Yeah,
it?
the first day.
Yes. Or Tuesday.
One of the days.
One of the days, but other than that, I've been out on the road, not being able to get it. But
Yeah,
you
you've been working hard.
Well,
Working.
I've been working. No, actually, I have had a few hard days. Like, not like particularly hard, just had some admin nightmares I had to sort of deal with, but they're dealt with now, so I feel a bit better.
I feel like you're the admin queen. You're the woman for the job.
Sometimes. Anyway, how was the sun?
The
And
sun-
what else have you been fucking doing? I've been talking for 25 minutes.
I have had such a big week. I've only worked a 1 day week.
Yes.
Because I've been away, and I'll give everyone a red hot tip. I could definitely get used to working a 1 day week.
Well, it gives me shades of me doing 3-day fortnights, which were my favourite.
Oh my God. Well, I feel like this is my favourite. If I could financially support myself with this 1 day a week lifestyle, I would be about it because it was absolutely glorious. We recorded last week, and as we touched on before we started, I went to Henna's after, and I honestly can't remember what we did there, but I did have a sleepover, which was really fun. Friday, I caught up with good friend of the show, Brookie Baby. We had a couple of reds at my house. She hadn't been over to King Street, so we indulged in some cab savs.
Love that.
It was delicious. Then we took ourselves to Adamstown Bolo,
Yep.
which was also great. Her cousins were there, cousins or auntie, I can't remember. But anyway, they were really, really
I
fun.
was wondering if someone took a video and I'm like, who are all these people?
One of them was either Brooke's auntie or cousin.
I'm like, did they go and get friends that I don't know?
Look, I think they are friends now. They were...
That's good.
To be honest, I can't remember their names. One of them worked at Tomago.
Oh.
Didn't know him. But the two gentlemen that were there really wanted to be on the show. They were trying to give us segments and
Ooh.
whatnot. So
Any helpful segments?
to be honest, I can't remember. They were pretty blind. But they were really, really funny. But then we followed them to West. So that's my second appearance at West in like 2 weeks.
Too many.
Too many. I'm not, I like the pokies, but I'm not really a pokey gal.
Nah.
So wrapped that up. Then I made the big trek down to Sydney for the big race, the City to Surf. The City to Blister, I think I might start referring it to, because I am now rocking the 2 biggest blisters I've ever seen.
They are huge.
They literally have their own postcodes. They're enormous. I don't know how I'm going to go to the gym today. But anyway, went down, met up with Maddie and her girlfriend Jess, who I met for the first time there. She's lovely.
Great, isn't she?
She's a beautiful, beautiful girl. We went to the Roosters game, which was tremendous. Got the bickies. The only thing was, remember like when we went to the Ashes, if everyone wasn't aware, we went to the Ashes and we had a little bet amongst our group what the beer on tap was going to be when we got there, which was 4X at the Ashes. When I got there, I did the old, I'll have a cup tray and 4 for myself. But the bar I went to was Furphy's. And
Were there other bars? Sorry.
well, yes, there are other bars. But I was like, fuck. I'm not going to not get beer out of a plastic cup because
You're at the footy.
I'm at the footy, and I'll just message Peter and complain about this. But I'll take my complaints to my friend. Anyway, sat down and got them. Maddie turned up a little bit late because they were dilly-dallying. But anyway, she got some Furfies as well. But then she found the bar literally next to this bar that sold new out of a cup. So we indulged in a few more of them. After that, I can't really remember. We went to Horden Pavilion and flopped about. Oh, we were drinking margaritas and these huge beers in like goblets and stuff. So that was really good. But
apart from literally not doing any runs before the race, I think this is close second to best prep before a race. Just like 1,000 beers and margaritas.
Oh, I'll give you the red hot tip. When I woke up at 6:30 the next morning when my alarm went off, I was like, I had the head noise of doom. I was fucking a bee's dick away from not doing it. I was like, Maddie was like full convinced that I just like wasn't gonna. But anyway, I dug within and I'm like, you've always wanted to do this fucking race. I don't know why. But anyway, I got up, got dressed in. This is another thing. My joggers are so gross. And this is no disrespect to Nike because I love Nike. I don't know. Just Nike shoes are so fucking uncomfortable. Have you a Nike ever operator?
I've had one pair.
I've had two now, and they're fucking like super narrow, super uncomfortable. Was meant to get a new pair of joggers before this race. Didn't. Was also meant to prepare my body and whatnot. Didn't do that. I wore a Nike shirt, which was fine, but I also decided to wear shorts, which I don't know. I really must have just been in like this hot girl running mode or whatever, because these shorts did not agree with me for at least 13 of the kilometres of the race.
Yeah. I got some snaps of some chafe.
I don't think I've ever had a proper chafe, but I do now. So I have a proper chafe.
Chafe sucks.
Chafe fucking sucks. And it does suck 13 kilometres into a 14 kilometre race. Sorry, 2 kilometres into a 14 kilometre race.
I was like watching that snap, looking at some chafe. I was like, oh, that's bad. And then Pernell was just like next to me and looks at me. He's like, what is that? And I'm like, chafe.
That's
and he's like,
in between Cribbet's legs. And that's not what you want in between your legs ever. And yeah, it's on the mend sort of now, but between the blisters and the chafe, I have been better.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I don't know. I kind of had like a turn in the morning, maybe at about 7:45 when we started walking to the race. I was getting a little bit excited seeing everyone and whatnot. Anyway, race went off. We started. I ran with Maddie for most of it, and I've never been like someone that's ran with someone. I've never had like a running buddy or whatever, and it was actually really nice to run with someone.
It makes it a lot easier.
It made it so much easier. We made a pact that like any type of incline we wouldn't speak to one another.
Yeah.
Because like I'm a fucking fat unfit mess, but we did that heartbreak hill, which it was pretty hard. I think it was about 1 kilometre long. And you kind of get about halfway up it and you kind of get to like a flat and then you come around another bend and then you see it go up again. And like I did almost fucking burst into tears when I saw that next bit.
So it was heartbreaking.
It was. That's where the heartbreak comes into it. Maddie also filmed me while we were running up it and I was a bit mad about that.
Is that the one that was on her post?
I looked like a big slug going up the hill.
I didn't think you just looked like you were in pain.
I was in so much pain. But the funny thing was I got to like, because I was really proud of myself because I'm like, I think I got to like the 7 kilometre mark and I'm like, actually, you haven't run this far in a good long time. Yeah. I'm like, go girl. Anyway, we got to like the 10K mark. We're still running. And we ran up this hill that it wouldn't have been more than like 20 metres in distance, but it was quite steep. And I got to the top and I just got this like overwhelming like sense of hungover and hot. And you know when like you go to do a spew and you just do that like the huge burp that starts it off?
Yeah.
I did that big burp and I thought, oh my God, I'm like, don't you dare fucking spew in the middle of like 50,000 people. And I just like tapped Maddie and I'm like, go ahead. And she's like, you're right. I'm like, yep. Anyway, I walked for like 500 metres, sculled about 4 glasses of water. And it is a lot harder to start running again once you've stopped, especially when the chafe, like my thighs were eating my little pants. they were long gone. But anyway, yeah, I walked for about 500 metres, finished the race, blisters galore, chafe galore. All in all, it was really fun. I wouldn't say it was fun, but like I'm glad I did it. There's a lot of hills in that race.
Yeah.
Like, yes, there was that huge one, but no one talks about like all the other hills that are there. The entertainment like throughout the race was fantastic. There's bloody belly dancers, people on like trombones and whatnot. There was a guided meditation thing that we ran past, and like there was all these people like literally doing like full-blown meditation as we ran past. And
People from the race?
no, I don't think so. I think they were watching, but they weren't. They were deep in meditation, whatever. Which I don't know how you wouldn't like come out of that to watch all these like people run past. People with like gurneys off their balconies to like spray us when we're going. So
Good.
it was good. There was like obviously heaps of water stations and shit. And the first ones that Maddie and I got to, we noticed it and I was like, bro, I need a drink. So we like cut across the road. There's literally water stations on either side. We didn't know this. Cut across the road. I almost like trip over the medium strip, fall into this dude. Maddie runs up the arse of me. I'm like, fuck, we've almost caused like the biggest collision. Anyway, we get our drinks and then we like start to run off. Maddie drinks about half a glass of water and then chucks it towards the bin. It goes completely over someone else. It was like, live, laugh, love. But anyway, we finished that. I smashed about 6 plates of sushi after and a beer, which I think is the epitome of recovery. And then, then I had to go back and have a quick 20-minute power nap because then I was off to the AFL.
Yes.
Can I please have a sip of that?
Yeah.
I'm getting like the...
Yeah, I just had to leave the table to get a glass of water because I felt like next time I tried to talk, it was going to be just like croak.
Ugh, the communal water. Went to the AFL. Now, I've never been to an AFL game, but I think I'm into it.
I've heard they're a vibe.
I'm especially into it live. I can't get around it on TV, but we went with myself, Maddie, and Kira and her friend Tilly, and they were a vibe. Kira is so fucking funny, and she's just like so loud and doesn't really care about anything. She's just yipping and yahooing. She went for the other team in amongst this huge like Swans crowd. Anyway, she made me wear the jersey or whatever of the team she was following, but like low key I was going for the Swans. They're beautiful players. Yeah. They're all so sexy. They're all such honeys. Swans got the bickies, but I just want to circle back to the bar at the SCG because I don't know how Maddie and I missed this in the NRL. Also, it was hilarious that the NRL had like 2 stands like completely empty, and this was like the 3rd largest crowd for the SCG on Sunday.
Oh my god!
There was like 5 people basically at the NRL, and there was 47,000 at the AFL.
Wild, isn't it?
Oh, so it was a bit of a logistical nightmare to get in and out, but atmosphere fantastic. The bar near our seats sold cans of Full Strength 2 is new.
Wow.
Which I was flabbergasted. I didn't think football stadiums did that, but apparently they do. Did I have about 6 cans at the footy? Yes.
AFL's a long game.
AFL is a long game. I was kind of getting over it by the 3rd quarter, and because our seats were like right in the middle of the bay and there's 47,000 people, it's actually really hard to maneuver in and out. And yeah, I almost pissed my pants at one stage, just trying to like wait for the right time to go to the toilet without having to bum my way past everyone. Look, other than that, finished, more beers were had, more ripping and tearing. We went to a little pub on Oxford Street that had like a drag show and whatnot, which was really, really fun. Maddie Mahoney almost didn't get let in, even though she looked like she's probably the one that holds her alcohol the best out of the group.
Why?
We walked in because I just wanted to go to Oxford Street. I'd never been out on Oxford Street. We went to some pub, but the bar across the road was like popping, and I was like, I think we need to go there. Across the road, Maddie walks in first, and the secco like taps her and he goes, "How many drinks have you had?" And she's like, pardon? And he's like, how many drinks have you had tonight? And she goes, oh, I've just been at the AFL. And he's like, okay, well, that's the second time you haven't answered my question. I'm only going to ask one more time. She's like, oh, I've had about 5. Meanwhile, I'm standing behind her basically with my eyes closed. Like, I was blind. And I'm like, oh, God, I'm definitely not going to get let in. And he's like, get this girl a water. Well, you won't be able to, whatever. And Maddie was just like in pure shock because she's like Maddie Mahoney can hold her grog. Like, she's like easily like the tamest person. And she's like, fuck that. So anyway, we went straight in, obviously got ourselves Long Island iced teas.
Yeah.
And
what time of the day or night is this that he's given the old tap and fucking...
maybe 9 or 10 at night.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I'm imagining it's like 7 p.m.
Well, the AFL was at 3.
Right.
Which was fantastic, great time. But also, when you'd just done the city to surf, I wanted to have like a nap. That's why we could only have like a 20-minute nap, and it was... Ugh. But anyway, went there, ripped and teared, got pretty blind, had a kebab, came home. All in all, mine and Maddie's little fun, fresh and flirty trip to Sydney was great.
It looked lovely.
It was so much fun. Like, despite the 14-kilometre race, like, that was... I did it in an hour 42.
Sometimes you need something, though, because I get the vibe that trip wouldn't have been as fun if you didn't have, like, a
activity
race
in the
to
middle.
to go there for. Like,
Yeah.
I know you went to the footy and stuff like that, but it was, like, side things. Whereas, like, having something and then now you would have felt really accomplished that you got it done.
Do you know what? I do feel accomplished, and now I feel like I have a whole new outlook on life hanging with Maddie Mahoney for the weekend. She's so positive and just like, I don't know, she just radiates good energy. Don't tell her I said that, but...
She does.
But no, it was good. What else have I done since I got home? Nothing. I quit my old gym. I've joined a new gym.
Yeah.
Because I now have this runner's high and I'm high on life. So that's about it. I only worked a 1-day week, which, again, as I mentioned, I could completely get around. But that was my week in a nutshell. I don't have any, like, silly Sunday shenanigans.
Now, when are you back at work?
I go back Sunday.
Sunday. Right.
Sunday, unfortunately. But I potentially may join you for a beer if you're still up.
Yes. On the Monday.
On the Monday.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, well, I could always come see you on the Sunday, but I just can't stay out late.
Yeah.
Like 8:30.
Well, you know what? Sunday's done. There's most of the Sundays, the fun in the Sundays in the day.
That's exactly right. But anyway, that was me. I had a great time. Should we do some notable mentions? I don't think I have any.
Yeah. I don't know what I have.
Where's the button?
Better bring up some notable mentions.
I feel like the only real, like, big one that's sort of standing out is Kalen Ponga and Kurt Mann in the Dunnies.
Yes. Now, which pub was this at?
I have no idea.
Right. So it wasn't at the Prince.
I don't know.
I don't know. I wasn't looking closely enough. But it was only...
The video that I saw, like, I couldn't even see Ponga really in it. I don't even know I was looking at the right video.
No. I actually didn't... Yeah, look. The video didn't give them much away. It wasn't until I heard it on another podcast when they were like, oh, the fucking bar manager being a snooty cunt. And I was
Did it
like...
make you think of the Prince?
And I was like, was it the Prince?
Because that bar manager was a cunt.
Yeah. I hope you're not listening. Please let me in next time.
That was years ago, but...
This is ages ago.
But look, like, allegedly, potentially doing some illicit substances in the toilet. Who knows? I don't know. Like...
Well, look, I don't really care.
No, neither.
But I will say, as someone that's suffered concussions, not that I know about coke, but not good for concussions. So
No, it isn't. And neither would drinking, and especially when you've had, like...
I've accidentally drunk off the back of a concussion. I didn't think it was that bad, or I just thought wasn't concussed, paid for it. Like, you really do pay for it. Drinking's not good. I imagine drugs are the same.
But you're also not paid $1.1 million a year, and you actually are consistent in your rugby career, whereas he isn't. And, like, there's all this hype around Ponga and whatnot. And, look, he played fantastic in that last Origin game, but that's, like, the only game I can think of that he's, like, played well. I reckon he's played more games of Origin this year than he actually has for Newcastle.
Yeah.
He's never fucking there. And it's just not, like, a great look for brand Newcastle.
No.
On the
Or brand Ponga.
Or brand Ponga.
Or brand concussion recovery.
Exactly. So you're damaging a lot of brands there. The flip side is, what if they were in there like kissing or something?
Well. And you know what? To be honest, with the whole hullabaloo about the Manly players, the fucking pride, this, that, and the other, if they were in there kissing, they're probably not going to come out and say it now.
No, because, yeah, the whole Manly thing didn't really make it a lot easier.
I mean, Toby Rudolph, bless his heart's just come out anyway. Like,
Yeah.
he's
a Larry character, but
yeah. I think that's possible.
I think it's possible too. I've heard many yarns where it could possibly be possible.
Yeah.
So, but if it is, I don't give a fuck. Again, I don't
No.
give a fuck regardless.
To be honest, if that's the case, I would just be front footing it if I was them and being like, look, we were kissing.
We were kissing. We were hooking up. We were smooching.
Yeah.
Who cares?
We
It's
were
2022.
we were sort of talking earlier, not about them, but about toilet rendezvous. And they happen. They
do
happen all
happen.
the time.
Not to me.
Not to me either. And I'm happy to keep it that way.
Yeah, I've never been like, I don't know if I'm going to the wrong toilets or what. But apparently it does happen. And Ponga, if it is in this instant, well, and like I read something this morning that obviously they were drug tested, but it's not going to be made public what their results are. But if they are kissing, then the NRL don't need to do these like jump through hoops and whatnot to bring in more drug testing things and whatnot. Because like I think the boys are allowed to have, not drugs, but like they definitely are allowed to have a few drinks and let their hair down and whatnot, like after games or on bye rounds or whatever it is.
I think was the Knights playing at the time though, is what I heard.
Oh, were they?
That's what I heard.
Look,
But I could be wrong.
I don't know. I didn't watch a great deal of footy last week.
No.
This is just going to start being called Fun Fresh and the week that was.
Yes. In saying that, his dad came out and said he was just sick.
Oh, look, I
That
feel
seemed like a little bit of a lie.
his old man is a big day, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I think he sticks his nose in when he shouldn't.
Yeah.
So I think
seems
that
like a bit of a big
regardless
deal.
of if they were kissing or doing coke, I just feel like he made the situation so much worse.
I know. Or yeah, come up with a better story. I mean, the kissing story would have been a better story.
Even if they weren't, just say that and then
Yeah.
it's not going to make any fucking difference.
Interesting that, did you say they've drug tested them both?
Yeah.
That is probably for the best, because I feel like a lot of the other times in the past, they'll be like, oh, this player and this player were caught with or like one player was caught with a fucking banned substance or a white substance and whatever, and they don't drug test. They might drug test them, or they might get up the person that had it, but then they don't drug test everyone else, and everyone else just goes, nah, we didn't have any. I'm like, okay, I'm sure just that one player was he was out there just ripping and tearing
By himself.
Everyone else was like, no, we've got footy to play. I don't want any of it.
I'm a professional rugby league player. I care very much about this job. Anti-substance, anti-whatever.
Like, it's a bit of a team sport.
Yeah, one in, all in.
Yeah.
And sharing is caring. Allegedly, I don't know. But look, I don't know what kind of drug tests they did. Apparently we're not hearing about it. It will be interesting. Like, we spoke about it at work on my one shift that I did. And like Reece Walsh, he was done at the end of the season and he got like a 2-game ban, I think.
1 or 2.
And same with like Munster and Cheese. They got like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if it does come back, what happens, because he's not playing again. This year anyway.
No.
And could allegedly lose his captaincy.
You know what? Is there anything stopping the Knights from saying the last 2, say he gets a 2-game ban, the last 2 games of the season, him just going, I was going to play. You know?
I don't know, because wouldn't he have to get a clearance from the medical
Well,
team?
the doctors just go, yeah, all good.
Doesn't that seem sus, but?
Well, I reckon they do some sus things.
Yeah, well, Well,
But don't you
we're
reckon?
speaking about a cubicle incident.
Yeah.
That's sus
I
enough.
reckon you could just be like, yeah, I was going to play.
But they've also come out before this cubicle incident saying that he's not playing. So, like, I guess they kind of can't go back on their word. I mean, they could,
I don't
but
think
like,
they're ever set in stone. I don't know. Look, I don't really give a shit about the Knights.
yeah. Why are we still talking about this?
But look, whatever happens.
If
Go
you're
for it.
kissing, that's fine. If you do railing slugs in the bathroom,
Whatever.
whatever. Anyway, did you have any other?
I did have that the man at Mount Smart Stadium has a life ban for doing a shoey
In front of the coach's
in
box.
front of the coach's box.
But I think it got lifted.
Did it?
I'm-
I haven't heard
pretty
that.
sure it got-
I hope to God that it has.
So I heard he's been a member of Mount Smart since like 2006.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he's been doing the shoey in front. So basically it's a...
Well, they haven't had games there in a long time.
That's exactly right. So it's a dude who got up in front of the coach's box at the Warriors game and did a shoey. And everyone was... Well, personally, I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
But some people are kicking up a stink, as they do. Everyone's so sensitive these days.
Some people like have a bit of a fetish for kicking up stinks, I reckon.
They enjoy the smell of stink.
And they like to kick it up.
And they like kicking it, which I think is fucking foul and disgusting and really grubby. And just let the shoey shoe.
Yeah.
So, but I think I heard that it may have gotten...
Look,
lifted.
I hope so. To whoever that guy is, I hope you don't have a life ban for drinking
And
out of a shoe.
don't stop drinking out of a shoe just because people are kicking stink around.
Yeah.
You do you, boo.
Yep. Absolutely.
Anything else?
Not that I can remember. Again, haven't really done anything.
I haven't done it.
Or research or took note of anything that happened this week.
All right, we'll talk about the week that was and what Peter can remember because I think I watched one game.
I didn't watch much either. I did watch the Thursday night game, Storm versus the Panthers. I fucking took the Panthers after
Yeah.
not taking them the week before against the Raiders
Raiders.
and then taking them this week. It's like I just could not get it right. But Storm looked on fire. Penrith looked pretty poo.
Well, they must have looked poo because they didn't score a single biscuit.
No.
Oh, the Brandon Smith try was pretty good. Didn't you just like get the ball, break away from like
Yeah.
everyone and then just run up the guts and...
Yeah. And one of his own players like pushed him in the back, which kind of almost like pushed him underneath someone else because he was like almost like, I thought he was nearly going to trip. They like pushed him and then he just like broke through everyone. I was like, oh,
Love that. Go
it's a
Cheese.
lovely little try. But yeah, there was not much else. Like Storm finally back in form, which is nice. Nofaluma in there scoring tries. Good on him.
We like to see that. Obviously, Panthers are missing a shitload of players, but
Oh, I know. But I mean,
But
Storm,
still-
I thought the only reason I didn't take Storm because like they didn't have Jerome Hughes either. They're a bit...
he's back this week, but I
He
did
is,
see
yes.
that. Warriors defeated the Dogs.
I don't think anyone saw this coming.
No.
42-18. Like, yes, they had the home ground advantage, the Warriors, but that is just so many tries.
Yeah, wow.
I did watch this, but, like, I can't remember anything too special.
God, Reece Walsh with the boot.
Yeah. Look, Warriors played well. Dogs played poo. Seems to be a common theme.
Yeah, Stink's getting around. Bunnies defeated the Eels 26-0.
Yeah.
We took them, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Thank God.
I was at the ABC.
Again, a flogging.
There's lots of floggings going on last week. Yes. Yeah, whatever. Game of the round. I was here. I was there. Look, 32-18. Great victory.
You might have to take the reins on this. I saw like a tiny little bit of it
Look.
on my phone before I had to warm up. And then the only other intel I got about it is because I flicked it onto my phone and we were already up a try or two.
Yeah.
And then I was like walking in the stands to find someone and some old bloke would not let me pass. He's just like in my road and I'm like, excuse me.
Bro,
But then I realised the reason he's not letting me pass, he's deep in conversation with this other guy and he goes, and did you hear Joseph Suwali got the first try for the Roosters today? And I'm like, look, I'm okay that I was right now because I have found out who scored the first
That's
try.
the only time a blocking is ever all right. Yeah, Suwali went over. That was a really good try. Look, I was pretty pissed at this game, but it was lovely to see our big Bruty boys, Matt Lodge, that was his first Roosters try.
Love that.
And Jared go over. Sam Verrills had another rip snorter.
Yeah.
He's on fire. He's going to be dearly missed.
Yes, I agree.
Other than that,
I saw Jared's actually. He just kind of.
yeah, both of theirs was like barnstorming over
Yeah.
the line. Look, it was great. We needed that.
Yeah.
My dad specifically wanted he hates the Roosters, but he wanted them to win because he doesn't want the Cowboys entrenching on Penrith. But anyway, fuck Penrith, fuck the Cowboys, up the Chooks. That was the game of the round because that's the only one I watched. Look,
Definitely didn't watch this. I was.
you were playing. Sharks defeated the Tigers 36-12. Shock, we picked that.
Who scored tries there in the.
Lockie Miller.
Lockie Miller. First try scorer. Oh, no.
Yeah. Congrats, we had him.
I wish we had had him first try scorer. He would have been paying.
That would have been paying. Sorry, I sound like an echo to you now.
Kay Dykes, good on him.
Our boy, Matt Ikuvalu. I haven't heard his name a lot of late. Has he been out?
He hasn't been playing. I think he's just like not first string. But I mean, they've had a few injuries. Like Lockie Miller was also on the wing. So looks like Ikuvalu and Winlow.
Look, all I'll say is I hope that Tigers play like this on Saturday when they play us.
Yes.
That would be great. And we play like we did. Broncos defeated the Knights 28-10. We all saw that coming. Knights suck.
Yeah, not surprising.
Selwyn Cobbo with the Hattie. We like to see that.
He is so young and hot.
Yeah, he's back ripping and tearing.
Bradman Best scored a try. Good on him. I feel like he hasn't been scoring too many tries.
He's always injured. Raiders defeated the Dragons 24-22. Now, this was the game where Ricky wasn't allowed at anything. He wasn't allowed to train them, coach them.
Yeah. I missed this game, but I turned it on just at the end and I was like, oh.
Hudson Young, first try scorer.
Oh, my God. In the first minute?
Yeah, wow.
Anyway, thank God they fucking won because I tipped them.
So apparently this was like a close, tight game. They must have come back right at the end.
Convenient though that, remember like last time they versed each other and Dragons won by 2 points on the buzzer, even though like, I think it was Ben Hunt gave away like the biggest penalty that they just gave a 6 again for, even though there was 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, there you go. What is it?
Bit of payback.
Bit of payback.
Although in saying that, I'm glad they won for my tips, but also if we're speaking about the 8, Raiders are hot on our tail.
Raiders are hot on our tail.
And they have a cruisy run home.
We'll have a quick look at the ladder after this because this was so fucking dismal. 44-24. Titans beating the Manly Sea Eagles. The
I
Manly
did watch this.
Stinky Sea Eagles.
They stink. They literally stink. Brad Parker was one of the only, and Garrick were like 2 of the only players that were like, oh.
Let's have a go.
Yeah, they were playing
I play
all right.
first grade footy. Let's rip in.
But like, you know, there were shades of Waratah or Hemo versing the Greens at some of our worst times.
And Hamilton being the like good team.
Yeah.
And us being
Manly. And it just them people just slipping through left, right, and centre.
I actually really rate Brad Parker as a player.
He played a great game. He ran some fucking good lines.
I really do like him.
But it was all about Titans, like, honestly.
Yeah, what the fuck?
They needed a win, so I was glad they got a win. And I actually found myself, despite tipping Manly, when I saw Titans get a couple of tries up, I was like, I'm going for the Titans.
I hate when that happens. I hate when you switch halfway
But
through.
at the same time, I was like, I'm not really worried about the tips on the ladder because I don't think anyone would have tipped the Titans.
No, and I don't think they did. Well, congratulations, Titans. Bloody Manly fucking our tips and our multis.
I remember Brimson's try. He literally just like ran straight up the guts. He just like twinkled his little toes through.
I saw the replay for that and I was like, God, that looks a bit fucking too easy.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so yeah, Raiders are 9th. We're on 2 more points ahead of them. Obviously, we've got the Tigers this week. They've got the Knights, so we both should get the bickies there.
Yeah.
I don't really care about anyone else.
No. I mean, Eels, who do they have this week? Maybe they've
got the Dogs.
Oh.
But in saying that,
Eels,
stranger things have happened.
Eels are like those ones that do turn up for good teams and fucking play shit against the team. So they might. That's
what I mean, but it'd be nice. Dogs lost last week. They lost last week. One of them has to win this week.
Yep.
Essentially.
That's
how it works. Okay, what do we do now?
Nah, come on. Nah,
Okay, Star and Marge, hit me with the star, baby.
Let's just go. I don't want to be a broken record, but maybe we just give it to the lovely weather we've had.
Look, I'm not going to even say anything because the weather has been tremendous.
That reeks of someone that wasn't prepared for Star and Marge.
Yeah, now I'm starting to think, what the fuck was
Who's
mine?
your star?
I'm just going to give my star to Maddie Mahoney and my weekend away with her because it was so much fun.
Yep.
Marge.
I'm just going to give it to the hangover of doom on Sunday.
Ugh, yeah, yuck.
It was fucked. It was actually...
You don't wish that upon anyone.
Yeah. In saying that, Pernell almost could have got star behaviour because he did look after me.
We've said this a million times. He is a fucking star. He's getting star of the year.
Yep.
I'm going to give mine to my blisters.
Oh, yeah.
Because they are
good call.
Fucking gnarly. All right, let's whiz. Nothing changed in the Chicks leaderboard.
No, Chicks leaderboard stays.
That stays. We'll whiz through our tips and our multi so Petey can go to work and I can go to the gym.
Yep. Which one are we doing first? Tips?
Yes.
All right. First game. Now, the women's game's also included in the tips now.
Is this? Oh, it's just not in mine.
All right. So, first game, Rabbitohs versus Panthers.
Bunnies.
Me too. Second game, Cowboys versus Warriors.
Cows.
This is our margin game.
I went 16.
Shut up.
That's 2 from 2 now.
It's more than that. I swear it's nearly every week. Anyway, all right. Broncos versus Storm.
Storm.
The Storm.
Yeah.
All right. NRL women round 1. We have the Roosters versus the Eels.
Roosters, the premiers.
Obviously. Back to the men's. We have Eels versus Bulldogs.
Para.
I've gone Para as well. Manly versus Sharks.
Sharks,
obviously. It's not at the Park in the Dark, but it doesn't matter because Manly stink.
Yes, thank you.
Roosters versus Tigers. Obviously
Roosters.
All right, back to the women. Dragons versus Titans.
I've gone the Dragons.
I have 2. Not that confident about it, but I just think Emma Tonegado, she's going to be ripping in.
And whoever their captain is, Kelsey Apps or something?
Kezzy Apps?
Kezzy Apps, that's it. Yeah,
she's a gun. All right,
we're back fucking echoes of each other today.
All right, back to the men's. We've got Dragons versus Titans as well. Again, I've gone the Dragons.
Yeah, Dragons.
Knights versus the Raiders.
Raiders.
I've gone the Raiders. And back to the women's, we've got Knights versus the Broncos.
I've gone the Broncos.
Me too. Sorry, Knights girls. Look, I would like to see the Knights win, but...
There's just history with the Broncos, but we do have a lot of good gun players now for that Knights team. So
I just think it's going to take a while for them to gel yet.
Sway us.
Yeah.
Sway us, girls.
Yeah.
We're easily swayed.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's our tips. Should we do the multi?
Yes. I'll get it up.
The Penthouse multi.
That scared me.
All right, where are we?
All right.
Game 1, we got Cody Walker and Taylor May anytime.
Game 2, we got Cowboys head-to-head with Luciano Leilua to score a try.
Game 3, Storm head-to-head with Munster anytime.
Game 4, I think we're up to, I've lost count. Para to win and Dylan Brown to score.
Then we got Sharks head-to-head, Nico anytime.
And then we got Chookies head-to-head with Angus Crichton to score a try.
Dragons head-to-head with Cody Ramsey to score.
And we've got Raiders head-to-head and Hudson Young, our boy, to score another try.
Excellent. Well, yeah, we're vibing him. Now, I'll do the honours this week. Guys, that'll get you $19,025.13 for $1 do.
$1.
$1. Now, this could potentially be the one where it comes off.
Yep.
Hopefully. All right, well, that's the show for another week. Everyone have a tremendous Thursday. Peter, you be safe over the weekend.
Yes, I will.
I can't wait to hear about all the live, laugh, loving that you will get up to.
Yep.
Everyone have a good one and up the chooks.
Up the chooks.
All I do is win, win.